Hello, good morning, everyone. We welcome everyone who has joined us on this online platform. Few days back, we had this PMG Disha refreshing training session in Hindi, and we got to know that there are VLEs who did not understand the Hindi language. So we are having this session in English, and simultaneously, our state and district team will have this refreshing PMG Disha refresher training in the vernacular languages, in the native languages of the people of the VLEs. So by soon in this platform, you will get this refresher training in different languages across India. So it's time we start this training and let you know what PMG Disha is about. What are the basic criteria one can work under this project? How to identify candidates? What candidate will learn under this project, and what are the payment mode? So let's start the session by knowing what PMG Disha is about. PMG Disha is the full form of PMG Disha is Pradhan Mantri Gramin Digital Saksharta Abhiyan. This project is funded by Government of India with the aim to train 6 crore Indian citizens across India under digital literacy. Its government has found that there are people in villages who cannot operate mobile phone apart from sending and receiving WhatsApp and Facebook messages. With the aim to connect Bharat with digital India, PMJ Disha the project is implemented by CSE. Under this project, 6 crore rural citizens of this country will be trained and identified by CSE VLEs who will be working with this under this project. Uh, in PMJ Disha, one person from each family can be registered. If there are people who are interested in PMJ Disha, they can go for another course. But under one family, only one person can be registered. Now, question arises: who are these TCs? Who are these training center operators who will work under this project? VLEs who will be working on CSC platform and active for last 3 months and doing minimum 50 transactions are eligible for PMJ Disha registration. Under PMJ Disha, it's a basic requirement that person should be from a rural vicinity. The CSC ID is from a rural area, from a Gram Panchayat. The training center should have a minimum 200 square foot area. Minimum 2 computers should be there. Internet connectivity, webcam service are the basic minimum requirement to one minimum infrastructure requirement one should have before applying for registration. A VLE, while applying, the question arises how, as a VLE, you can apply for PMJ Disha portal. We have our CSC portal on DSP portal. One person can visit DSP portal, and over there, under education category, PMJ Disha tab is mentioned. Clicking on PMJ Disha tab, a new window will open, and a PMJ Disha form will appear. Few of the details like your state and district or CSC ID on your name will already be filled. You have to fill other details like your mobile number and PIN code, etc. Whatever detail has been required, you have to fill the details and submit the form. Along with the form, you are required to upload GP document, affidavit, and your address proof. Please ensure that you submit address proof of the VLEs, and it should be clearly mentioned that the address proof and the area you are applying for should remain same. If the details doesn't match, our state or district team will disqualify you, and you cannot work under PMJ Disha project. So once all these details been uploaded, you have to check that whatever details been filled is accurate and there are no spelling mistakes. Then comes our physical verification of center. We do have our state team and district team who continuously visit these centers, physically verifies them. During the verification, it's been checked whether the center has the minimum infrastructure or not, whether the center is located in Grameen or rural area or not. While checking the infrastructure and basic requirement, also been checked that whether the GP document has been uploaded or not, whether GP document is being signed by the Gram Panchayat Mukhya, Panch or not. So once these details has been found verified accurate, our state team verifies the center and okays it to work under PMJ Disha project. Now, a center who has been physically verified, their documents has been uploaded, they are ready to register students. How to register? Now we'll discuss one really can what is the correct process to register a student. Under PMG Disha, to map each candidate, we take their Aadhaar numbers. Under this Aadhaar, a person possessing Aadhaar can apply for this for PMG Disha course. So while you are identifying the candidates, you have to check the person should fall under the age criteria of 14 to 60 years. He should not be younger than 14 or older than 60 years. That person can read or write their native language. They can be digital literate, but they have this capability to read and write. The person, they have to identify the digital illiterate person, a single person from each family. So while you identify those person, you have to prepare a list, get it signed by the Gram Panchayat Mukhya and get it upload on your portal. So student registration has been done. Now it times student identification has been done. Now it's time to register those students on PMGDISHA portal. While registering those students, please ensure candidate have their Aadhaar card with them. You have to fill the details, whatever is being asked on the portal, you have to fill the details. This is a crucial time. You have to check the spelling mistake, the date of birth, the mother and father name you are filling should be correct and as per the details, as per the documents submitted by the candidate. If there are any spelling mistake or if there are errors which later we found that mother or father name is not matching with candidate's exam, the candidate will not appear for examination. So hence you have to ensure that all the details you are filling while at the time of registration are accurate. There are no spelling mistakes. We have currently we have two methods where we really can register candidates on the PMGDISHA portal. One is the medium. Through a laptop, you can register a candidate. Under this medium, you have to there's this biometric process where a candidate comes, bioauth themselves that they are actually the same person who are registering for the course. A mobile OTP comes on their mobile phone. They have to enter the OTP, and their registration gets successful. There's another method which calls mobile registration through mobile application. Under this mobile, the basic requirement is each candidate should have unique mobile numbers with them. While registering, OTP comes on the candidate's mobile number. While filling the OTP, a system checks that each mobile number should be new. If there are duplicates in the mobile number, the candidate will not get, the VLE will not be able to register the candidate and their registration will be void. So while registering through candidate through mobile phones, you have to ensure that each candidate, the numbers you are entering should be new, should be unique, and there are no duplicacy in the mobile number. Once you have checked all these criteria, now it comes that how one can register a candidate. We bio the candidate details with the Aadhaar data they have. While candidate bio at themselves using their fingerprints, iris, or through mobile, we check whatever detail is being submitted under UIDI. The data is also being shared by the VLE, which all those data has been checked, and the details comes on your screen. On the screen, you can see candidate's name, their photograph has to be uploaded, the mother name, father name, and correct date of birth. Once all those details gets filled, a candidate gets successfully registered. Once a candidate gets registered, after 20 days, the candidate will be eligible for the examination. In between those 20 days, you have to ensure candidate is getting the whole module of PMGDISHA learned. How a device works, you have to ensure candidate is being trained under the various modules we have designed for PMGDISHA. Under this course, candidate, it's a 20 hours training, minimum 10 days, maximum 30 days. From the day of registration, you have to complete the examination. Different modules, we have covered various aspects of digital literacy, like introduction of digital devices, how internet works, communication using the internet, and it involves information other than WhatsApp and Facebook. What are the various methods of communication available currently, how one can use, and most importantly, applications of internet, which includes financial tools for cashless transactions. As we all aware, government wants more and more its citizens to come on cashless transaction, to use cashless transactions in their daily life. So we train candidates what are the right way, what are the different platforms, what are the do's and don'ts one have to follow while doing these cashless transactions, what are the details they can share with other people, and what are the details they should not share with any other person, whether they are their friends or family. So a candidate, while this candidate has been trained, we ask training center to register the invigilator. So here I want to tell you what is invigilator, what is an invigilator, and what are his or her responsibility during the PMGDISHA examination. Invigilator is a person who will be there, who will attend all the PMGDISHA examination along with the candidate. He will authorize, he will ensure that no kind of cheating or malpractice is happening at the center. Smooth examination has been going on. All the guidelines are being followed. So these are the responsibilities of invigilator. How to identify invigilator? Who can be an invigilator? Any person who is in government job or part of gram panchayat, or digitally illiterate, should be digital literate, have some basic knowledge of computers. Can He or she can be the government teacher of nearby school or college. So one, you can identify this person for the invigilator. You have to ensure that we have made this criteria here. A person can act as an invigilator from a single center only. If there are a person whose Aadhaar has been registered in two centers, if you have a person whose Aadhaar is registered as an invigilator in your center, that Aadhaar cannot be used in any other center across India. So once you will deactivate that person from your center, only then that person will can act as invigilator in different or other center. So while registering an invigilator, you have to enter their Aadhaar. Once Aadhaar has been registered, that person will act as invigilator throughout the examination you will conduct in your center. Before a candidate can sit for examination, there is one small verification we conduct just to ensure whether a proper training is being given to the candidate, whether the candidate has attended all the 5 modules or not. For the verification, the first step is from the candidate's email ID, one email should be sent to goahead@pmgdisha.in. This mail ID is also will be mentioned on candidate's portal, that you have to send an email on goahead@pmgdisha.in, pmgdishamail.in. The second process is candidate has to go through a dummy transactions and has to do a one rupee transaction 3 times before he or she can sit for the examination. These are the 2 steps we conduct. We check to ensure candidate knows how to do a virtual transaction or online transaction, and is aware about the email, how to write an email, how to send an email. And I also already told you what are the different aspects of the training. It's a 20-hour training. 5 module has to be taught to the candidate. It covers different aspects of digital literacy. Now comes to the candidate examination. This is most important aspects of PMGDISHA registration. Whatever candidate you have trained, you have to ensure they also sit for the examination. On the day of examination, please check there is net internet connectivity or electricity connectivity should be there at your center. Bioauth, the first step is you have to bioauth the invigilator to ensure that invigilator is present at the center, and he'll check the examination throughout the time. Then you have to bioauth the candidate, that the same candidate is appeared for the examination who has been registered. Once successful bioauth has been done, ID proof. The screen asks for candidates ID proof, ID card which has candidate's name and photograph. Both of these details should be there. This generally it's Aadhaar, or a candidate can show other documents which have their photographs and their name, mother's name, father's name, and address mentioned on that card. Candidate shows that document to the camera and click picture. Then he submits his own photo to ensure that the same details has been submitted. We do have a big team, a huge team of proctors and authorizers who keeps a tab, who keeps checking that the same candidate has been appeared, the detail has been verified, and candidate, if everything is fine, if data has been matched, candidate exam gets started. 25 question in multiple choice question and multiple choice format is being asked. Candidate has to spend minimum 6 to 7 seconds on each question before he moves to another one. While the language of the question, English will remain, English will be there, and the candidate can choose another language he or she feels comfortable in, and the question appears, he or she has to answer the question and moves to the next question. It's a 1 hour exercise. 1 hour is being given to the candidate before he or she can submit their answers. Please check a candidate does not click on submit tab before actually answering all the questions. One question asks for candidate, we check whether candidates knows how to type or not. In a question, candidate has to type the letters which appears on the screen just to we check the candidate's typing skills. And out of 25, if candidates answered all the questions, he or she can click on the submit button. Once they click on submit button, candidates answers gets submitted to our portal, and then and there we shows the result appears whether candidate has been passed or not. uh, at the time only we provide provisional certificate to the candidate, and in within 45 days candidate gets his or her original certificate on their dashboard. We also send candidates original certificates on their DigiLocker. So if in future if a candidate forgets his username and password, he or she can log in into their digital locker and check, and can check their PMGDISHA actual certificates from there. So we also send their certificates on DigiLocker. And here you have to check that you have to ensure that candidate's photograph should be matching, should be current, and should be matching with candidates how he or she looks right now. Because there are cases when Aadhaar, when candidate's Aadhaar was made, he was very young, he was 5 6 years old. Now that person is 17 18, and some facial changes has happened, and proctor authorizer could not make out, could not check he or she is the same person or not. So you have to ensure candidate's registration photograph and the photograph submitted on the ID proof should be same, should match somehow. And if they didn't match, our proctor authorizer will block the candidate and he or she will not appear for the PMGDISHA examination. So to ensure it would be inconvenient for candidate and for you too, so please ensure whatever candidate details you are submitting should be accurate and should be up to date along with the photograph. So now the whole registration, we cover the whole registration, examination and training part. There are a few things I want to discuss here, that what are the different do's and don'ts for a PMGDISHA examination. For the last 4 years, we have observed that there are things which really do, and we block such centers, we are identifying those centers, and stopping them from working in PMGDISHA project. So your center does not fall under this category. You have to check, you have to prepare a checklist, which we'll be telling here, that what are the different do's and don'ts, what are the things you have to do while conducting PMGDISHA examination, and what are the things you should not at any point during the PMGDISHA examination. You have to, you really want to avoid those conditions. So first is our actual there's only one portal where you can register a candidate, which is the URL is www.pmgdisha.in. There is no other way for this is the official site, and we do not have any other site other than this. So please check when you are visiting a PMGDISHA site, it should be www.pmgdisha.in. Training center, while you nominate an invigilator, please ensure that person will remain, which should be there during all the examination. That person should be available. And if we find that person is not doing his or her job, the training center, we can block those training center, or we can stop that invigilator from conducting more examination. You have to, that person is responsible for the smooth examination, fair examination in that center, and he should check whether proper examination has been conducted or not. One center, one examination training center can register more than one invigilator depending on their availability. The invigilator, as I told you earlier, should have basic computer knowledge. He or she can be from government, can be a government teacher, government officer, or a member of panchayat. The invigilator must present during the examination period, whether you're conducting examination in the morning or in the second half. That person should be there physically. Uh, the documents, I'm going to tell you the list of documents which are approved, which one can show during the examination, are candidates' Aadhaar card, voter card, PAN card, bank passbook, but that should have candidate's photograph on it. So if candidate doesn't have Aadhaar, he or she can submit all the other mentioned documents and can appear for the examination. Please check that candidate's photograph is matching how candidate looks right now. Candidate should not wear a burqa during the examination, no ghungat, or candidate's face should not be covered with the mask or any other object. Candidate should not be wearing a cap. Candidate's face should be properly visible while you click the candidate's photograph for submitting during the examination. Please ask candidate to carry their photo ID while coming for the examination. Examination system, we have, while during the examination, please check the system on which you're conducting examination should not have any uh, unfair means, any software which will help candidate during the live examination. No software like remote control software should be present at the system. Generally, our system identifies such softwares, and examination window will not open. So beforehand, you have to ensure no such kind of software is present at the center. Please uninstall them, remove them from the system. Please ensure your system is equipped with web camera, has biometric device, and updated Java on it. The distance between a computer screen and candidate should be 1.5 meters, so that we can actually see who is appearing for the examination and their physical movement. As I told you earlier, please ensure there should be proper electricity there on the during the examination. If you're conducting examination in the night, please ensure you have a proper lighting by torches, bulbs, should be there at place so we can see candidates' face clearly. Please don't use torch or candles. The image doesn't get clear. The candidate's face does not appear clear on the screen, and proctor might block your candidates for using for conducting examination such a low light. And also ensure that proper internet speed is there. If there's no internet connectivity, or speed is low, candidate answers will not be coming up, and there are chances that candidate's examination gets submitted in between before he actually submits for actual answers. So it would be inconvenient for you, and really for the candidate also. So please ensure there is a proper electric and internet connectivity. Now I'm going to tell you what are the things you don't have to do during the examination. Please avoid such cases. Computer should not be, the webcam should be connected with the computer. There should be no other device other than webcam, mouse, or biometric device. If there is, your candidate examination will be blocked. Please ensure that no electronic device or texted printer material is being given to candidate. No help is being provided to the candidate during the examination. Do not install any remote controlled software like ME or TeamViewer. These are few, but please don't download any such softwares during the examination, or don't install such softwares in the system where you preparing, where you conducting examination, which a candidate will appear for the examination. No candidate should be, no person should be sitting beside the candidate. No other person other than the candidate should be visible on the screen. Only candidate should appear, should sit on the system and answer the questions. Candidate cannot leave the computer system, computer screen before submitting his or her answer. If he or she leaves the computer screen, proctor will block their exam and they will be failed. They will be considered as fail. Please ensure that person who you have registered, he or she only appears for the examination. In case of impersonation, if somebody else will appear for candidate, will block the candidate and block the training center too. Your payment will be put on hold. So that would be very inconvenient for us and you. So please ensure you follow the PMGDISHA guidelines strictly. No kind of mischievous activities, unfair means is being. You don't have to use such methods to help candidates. And while a proctor is talking to you, during the examination, proctors ask questions like, show me your screen, show me your keyboard, move right, move your head to the left, show me your hands. So when these kind of instructions appears on your chat box, please answer to them. Please ensure candidate follow such instructions. These are the method by the proctor to check whether the same person is giving the answers or not, or there's somebody else who is helping that candidate. So you have to follow the instructions submitted by the proctor. Do not misbehave with our proctors. Do not use foul language. Do not use obscene language in cases where proctor is ensuring whether fair means of examination is happening or not. In case any training center found to use foul language or obscene language to our proctor, will block this training center and they will not get open again. So this is a strict guidance, guidance to all the training center. Please do not use any unfair foul language to our proctors. They are doing their job. Please help them ensuring that the smooth examination is going on smoothly. And yes, important thing is if a training center, in case of repetitive malpractice, if we found that training center is repeatedly doing the same things, forgery or cheating cases happening in the training center, we block such center and legal action is being taken by a CSCSPV, or you will receive a documents from CSCSPV from blocking of your center, and we have also taken legal actions against those training center. So these are the various steps we have. We ensure that just to ensure that training centers are doing their job and PMGDISHA examination is happening smoothly. We are not using any unfair means. The training has been provided to the candidate who actually deserves it. So using all these methods, we check, we keeps a tab on kind of quality we are getting in PMGDISHA examination and registration. I hope this session is useful for all the VLEs who have joined, who have become part of PMGDISHA project last few months, and there are cases of there was a void of information from our side. Our district team is sharing the information, but a proper how to conduct examination, the right way, the wrong way has been we have not been communicated in a very long time. So it was a time that we now connect with our VLEs and tell them what are the right and wrong way of into this examination, how they can avoid getting themselves blocked. So the things have been told on this platform. I'm sure that must be useful for the VLEs. And please follow PMGDISHA guidelines. Please ensure that your center will only get approved if you are working on DSP portal. You are active on DSP portal for in last 3 months. You are doing at least minimum 50 transactions a month. So if you're following all those criteria, your training center will be approved. Our team will visit your center and get it approved, and then only you can start in PMGDISHA examination and registration. You can start registration. So with this hope that our district team and state team will have these similar sessions in vernacular languages in different languages across India. So thank you for connecting us on this platform. Thank you for joining us. And let's complete this PMGDISHA project as soon as possible and achieve our target, so then we can move forward. With this aim, that soon our Bharat will be part of digital India, this digital gap will be removed. So thank you for joining us. Namaskar.